Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to learn about the ASP.NET Core middlewares. So even if you are using .NET 10 or .NET 8 or previous .NET versions, this concept is going to help you in your development. So let's get started. So basically we have created one instructions MD file. So I will upload this instruction file in description. You can refer this file for complete details, topic wise, table of contents. So I have created like what is middleware, why middleware exists, request processing pipelines. So we will cover these topics, these 20 topics. Inspect every request, it can modify any request, it can log any request, it can authenticate user, authorize user, handle exceptions, compress responses, and stop request. So we use them for logging, for authentication, for error handling, for authorization, or for general purpose monitoring. So let me just make you visualize middleware. Like first is like the browser or any end user where this API is going to hit. So consider browser, okay? Then we are going to have a ASP.NET Core application. Let it be API or MVC solution. I will explain in MVC also if you want. So now what happens? That we receive a request from the browser in ASP.NET Core application. We pass through controller and then we send the response from the controller from ASP.NET Core application to the browser. But in case of middleware, suppose we have two middlewares, what happens that there is a browser, there is ASP.NET Core application, and we get request to middleware, then middleware 2, then to the final endpoint controller. Okay, so for demo purpose, we will create one application using, you can create using this command, but also you can create using Visual Studio. So I am using Visual Studio 2022. We will create in .NET 8, but even if you are using .NET 6 or 10 or 9, you can use same tutorial for your reference. So I will just create a project middleware demo, enter, and I am using .NET 8 version. So all the settings I will keep as it is. Okay, so here it's a .NET Core Web API template I am using. So other templates also I can explain in later video. If you want tutorial, then comment about it. So just let me run it once to check if it is working or not. Perfect. So we have this weather forecast API. I will try it, execute once. So it's working. We got status code 200 and response body in JSON format. So it's working. Now let's go back to our solution. Let me just explain few files here. This program.cs is our main executable file, which will have a request pipeline and all services registered here. Okay. There will be controllers folder, and in this the main endpoint where the API going to hit will be placed. Like when I am executing the API in demo Swagger, we are getting to this get weather forecast. So we are generating random temperature and summary like that. So launch settings present in this properties file is something like which has profiles like HTTP, HTTPS, IIS Express. So based on profile, which environment variable we are going to use, or application URL, port. So that kind of properties we set up in the launch settings.json file. Similarly, when we are going to deploy on Azure App Services or cloud service, there will be a launch setting file which will be used to decide to which portal we are going to redirect our applications. There is app settings files. So based on environment, we can create app settings.development.json, app settings.uat.json, app settings.production.json, which will have the configuration details of environmental variables. So based on environment, we might use different URL like UAT URL or prod URL. So that settings is stored in the app settings files. The keys, suppose UAT we generally use different key, and production we use more secure keys. So that logic is stored in the, that configuration is stored in the app settings file. So to show you one example, I am just writing here app.use. Like this is used to write a custom middleware inside program.cs. So I am going to use context and next. So let me explain context as the current context where this request path, request method, and which endpoint it is going to hit. Everything is stored in the context. And next we are using to send the request to the next middleware or next request pipeline, like this app.use configure, app.use swagger, app.use HTTPS redirection. So I am writing await next. So this we have registered a middleware. So let me just add few consoles so that we can determine our middleware is working. So just write me console write line and request started and request finished, and just let me check once. So we hit the API. So let me execute this to explain that how many times we are getting the request. So every time we hit the execution, we will get request started and request finished. We can hit this as many times as we want, and it will show that many times the middleware has been hit. Just now to show how the path is present in context, I will write context write line path this and the method. So just let me write method also. Now let me execute this API once again, and we will be able to see the request and path. So every time we will log request and path using console write line. So yeah, you will have a different method of logging. You might write AX or DB query where you can store the actual logs like request, what is the request coming from the source parameter and all. Now just let me show you how to write the custom middleware. So these are the two examples I want to show, like middleware 1 and middleware 2. So we can register as many middleware we want, and request will process from middleware 1 to middleware 2. So I just want to show one more thing here before writing the custom middleware. Like the order in which you register a middleware, that matters, because response will be shown first from middleware 2, because the sequence, it matters a lot. When request is received, the first middleware which is registered will receive the request, but while showing the response, the last middleware will show the response first. Now writing the custom middleware, let me create one folder named middlewares, and let me write name request logging middleware. So we are writing a request delegate. So request delegate we are going to use to send the request to the next middleware. Now we are writing same lines like request path, and I am just using them to log and show you like it is working, how it is working. So just now we have written this custom middleware, but it will not be executed because we need to register, like how we register services. We just need to write use middleware. So just we can see the custom middleware and the request path. Now here we see use HTTP redirection, use authorization. These are the built-in middlewares in .NET Core Web API application. Similarly, there will be default applications, default middlewares in the .NET MVC application also. So these are the order in which they are written. It matters a lot because use authorization, use authentication is a common known example where the order in which they are written matters a lot. So similarly, all other middlewares also, you need to check the order and use them carefully. So that is all for current video. So for next video, subscribe to my channel and make sure to like this video. Thank you everyone. If you find this video, make sure to like this video. Thank you everyone.